Good morning. How is everybody today? If you are watching, go ahead and say hi in the comments down below so I can see who else is watching with us today and maybe give you a special shout out. And go ahead while you're at it and tell me how many people are watching with you if you're not watching by yourself. If you have your little friends, if you have big friends watching with you, if you've got puppy dogs, you can tell me if your puppy dog is watching. You can tell me if your kitty cat or fish are watching. That would be really fun to know too. We're so glad you could join us today. I'm Miss Jamie here at the Lewis County Public Library, and we are here doing story time. So we're going to start off today with a little song we all know and love. We're going to sing The More We Get Together. Are you ready to sing with me? The more we get together, 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 the more we get together, the happier we'll be. 'Cause your friends are my friends and my friends are your friends. The more we get together, the happier we'll be. The more we read together, 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 the more we read together, the happier we'll be. 'Cause your books are my books and my books are your books. The more we read together, the happier we'll be. Good job, good job. Today's story time is a special one, I think, because it goes through, and we're going to be reading about some of the Native American tales. Our first book is Legend of Bluebonnet by Tomie to Paola, and this is an old tale of Texas. Great spirits, the land is dying. Your people are dying too, the long line of dancers sang. Tell us what we have done to anger you. End this drought. Save your people. Tell us what we must do so you will send the rain that will bring back life. For 3 days the dancers danced to the sound of the drums, and for 3 days the people called Comanche watched and waited. And even though the hard winter was over, no healing rains came. See them there? They're all lined up watching together, and they're sitting and they're waiting and they're just wanting rain. We've had days where we've wanted rain around here too, haven't we? Drought and famine were the hardest on the very old and the very young. Among the few children left was a small girl named She Who Is Alone. She sat by herself watching the dancers. In her lap was a doll made from buckskin, a warrior doll. The eyes, nose, and mouth were painted on with the juice of berries. It wore beaded leggings and a belt of polished bone. On its head were brilliant blue feathers from the bird who cries, "Jay, Jay, Jay!" She loved her doll very much. Here you go, can you see it? Soon, She Who Is Alone said to her doll, the shaman will go off alone to the top of the hill and listen for the words of the great spirits. Then we will know what to do so that once more the rains will come and the earth will be green and alive. The buffalo will be plentiful and the people will be rich again. As she talked, she thought of the mother who made the doll and of the father who brought the blue feathers. She thought of the grandfather and the grandmother she had never known. They were all like shadows and seemed long ago they had died from the famine. The people had named her and cared for her. The warrior doll was the only thing she had left from those distant days. The sun is setting, the runner called as he ran through the camp. The shaman is returning. The people gathered in a circle and the shaman spoke. I have heard the words of the great spirits, he said. The people have become selfish. For years they have taken from the earth without giving anything back. The great spirits say that people must sacrifice. We must make a burnt offering of the most valued possession among us. The ashes of this offering shall then be scattered to the four points of the earth, the home of the winds. When this sacrifice is made, drought and famine will cease. Life will be restored to the earth and to the people. See them all gathered around listening? The people sang a song of thanks to the great spirits for telling them what they must do. I'm sure it is not my new bow that the great spirits want, a warrior said. Or my special blanket, a woman added, as everyone went to their teepees to think and talk over what the great spirits had asked. There they are. They're giving thanks. There's the bow and the blanket. Everyone was talking about this, except she who was alone. She held her doll tightly to her heart. You, she said, looking at the doll, you are my most valued possession. It is you the great spirits want. And she knew what she must do. As the council fires died out and the teepee flaps began to close, the small girl returned to the teepee where she slept to wait. There she is. She's saying goodbye to her dolly. The night outside was still, except for the distant sound of the night bird with red wings. Soon, everyone in the teepee was asleep, except she who was alone. Under the ashes of the teepee fire, one stick still glowed. She took it and quietly crept out into the night. She ran to the place on the hill where the great spirits had spoken to the shaman. Stars filled the sky, but there was no moon. Oh, great spirits, she who was alone said, here is my warrior doll. It is the only thing I have from my family who died in this famine. It is my most valued possession. Please accept it. Then, gathering twigs, she started a fire with the glowing fire stick. The small girl watched as the twigs began to catch and burn. She thought of her grandmother and grandfather, her mother and father, and all the people, their suffering, their hunger. And before she could change her mind, she thrust the doll into the fire. She watched until the flames died down and the ashes had grown cold. Then, scooping up a handful, she who was alone scattered the ashes to the home of the winds, the north and the east, the south and the west. And there she fell asleep until the first light of morning sun woke her. She looked out over the hill, and stretching out from all sides where the ashes had fallen, the ground was covered with flowers, beautiful flowers, as blue as the feathers in the hair of the doll, as blue as the feathers of the bird who cries, Jay, Jay, Jay! When the people came out of their teepees, they could scarcely believe their eyes. They gathered on the hill with she who was alone and took in the miraculous sight. There was no doubt about it. The flowers were a sign of forgiveness from the great spirits. And as the people sang and danced their thanks to the great spirits, a warm rain began to fall and the land began to live again. From that day on, the little girl who was known by another name, the one who dearly loved her people. There they are. Look, they're dancing in the rain. I like to do that sometimes too. And every spring, the great spirits remember the sacrifice of the little girl and fill the hills and valleys of a new land now called Texas with beautiful blue flowers, even to this very day. The end. Good morning, Philip. Glad you could join us. Okay, now we're going to sing a song that we did a couple of weeks ago. We're going to be doing I Went the Little Green Frog One Day. Okay, are you ready? I went the little green frog one day. I went the little green frog. I went the little green frog one day, and they all went ah. But we know frogs go sha-na-na-na-na, sha-na-na-na-na, sha-na-na-na-na. We know frogs go sha-na-na-na-na. They don't go ah. Bloop bloop went the little blue fish one day. Bloop bloop went the little blue fish. Bloop bloop went the little blue fish one day, and they all went bloop bloop bloop. But we know fish go kissy kissy kiss, kissy kissy kiss, kissy kissy kiss. We know fish go kissy kissy kiss. They don't go bloop bloop bloop. Went the slippery snake one day. Went the slippery snake. Went the slippery snake one day, and they all go. But we know snakes go shooby-dooby-doo, shooby-dooby-doo, shooby-dooby-doo. We know snakes go shooby-dooby-doo. They don't go. Wiggle, wiggle went the little starfish one day. Wiggle, wiggle went the little starfish. Wiggle, wiggle went the little starfish one day, and they all went wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. But we know starfish go wavy, wavy, wave, wavy, wavy, wave, wavy, wavy, wave. We know starfish go wavy, wavy, wave. They don't go wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. Waddle, waddle went the little fluffy penguin one day. Waddle, waddle went the little fluffy penguin. Waddle, waddle went the little fluffy penguin one day, and they all went waddle, waddle, waddle. But we know penguins go splish, splash, sploosh, splish, splash, sploosh, splish, splash, sploosh. We know penguins go splish, splash, sploosh. They don't go waddle, waddle, waddle. Cheep, cheep went the little yellow bird one day. Cheep, cheep went the little yellow bird. Cheep, cheep went the little yellow bird one day, and they all go cheep, cheep, cheep. But we know birds go flappy, flappy, flap, flappy, flappy, flap, flappy, flappy, flap. We know birds go flappy, flappy, flap. They don't go cheep, cheep, cheep. Ooh, ooh, went the little brown monkey one day. Ooh, ooh, went the little brown monkey. Ooh, ooh, went the little brown monkey one day, and they all go ooh, ooh, ooh. But we know monkeys go swing-a-ling-a-ling, swing-a-ling-a-ling, swing-a-ling-a-ling. We know monkeys go swing-a-ling-a-ling. They don't go ooh, ooh, ooh. Grr, grr, went the big brown bear one day. Grr, grr, went the big brown bear. Grr, grr, went the big brown bear one day, and they all go grr, grr, grr. But we know bears go huggy, huggy, hug, huggy, huggy, hug, huggy, huggy, hug. We know bears go huggy, huggy, hug. They don't go grr, grr, grr. Slow, slow went the little green turtle one day. Slow, slow went the little green turtle. Slow, slow went the little green turtle one day, and they all go slow, slow, slow. But we know turtles go cowabunga dude, cowabunga dude, cowabunga dude. We know turtles go cowabunga dude. They don't go slow, slow, slow. Good job, good job. I hope you enjoyed that song. That one's becoming one of my favorites. I love it. Our next book today is Bowwow Powwow. Now, this one I'm going to show you something really interesting. This book is what we call a bilingual book, meaning that it's written in 2 different languages. So when you look at the front here, let's get the light back. So you see where it says Bowwow Powwow, and then it's got this other language underneath here. Now, I'm not even going to try to pronounce it because I know I'm going to mispronounce it. I'm going to read you the little bit in the back real quick, and then we'll read the book. So, this is the author's note. It says, Bowwow Powwow celebrates the history of Ojibwe song and dance, past and present. Julia Warren Spears, sister of William W. Warren, recalled the exhilarating cultural events associated with the Ojibwe clans on the Madeline Island in the late summer of 1847. Spears described the form of dance that anthropologists would later inaccurately designate as the begging dance. Large parties of purposely loud and vibrant painted Ojibwe dancers took part in a ritual exchange of gifts. Their performances were not considered begging, but instead displays of generosity in which friendship was enacted among extended families, clan relatives, and visitors. Songs were part of the performance and recognized the relationship between people and animals, as in the lyrics, "We are like dogs, we are like dogs." So if you are interested in seeing what the Ojibwe text looks like, you can come by the library after story time and check this book out and see for yourself. So here we go. Bowwow Powwow by Brenda J. Child. Translated by Gordon Jordan and illustrated by Jonathan Thunder. Bowwow! Bowwow! When Wendy Girl saw a lively puppy barking at a painted turtle down by the lake, she knew she had found a dog that could make her laugh. Itchy Boy was a good dog, curious and brave, but never quiet. He barked at rabbits, he barked at raccoons, and he barked at porcupines. He even barked at mosquitoes. See him there barking at the mosquito? And there he is, he's barking at the turtle. Itchy Boy always barked the loudest when Uncle's green pickup truck rolled into the yard. When they went ice fishing, he barked at the fathead minnows Wendy put on her line. Look, there he is, barking at a fish. Wendy Girl and Itchy Boy knew that Uncle's pickup truck was the best place for stories. Wendy especially liked to hear about the powwow. Sometimes Uncle remembered things from when he was a boy. Oh, see all the different things he's remembering? There's dancing and ribbons and eating and drumming. Uncle told Wendy a long time ago, right before the powwow, dancers went from house to house singing. They always sang the same song. We are like dogs, we are like dogs. People smiled and handed out gifts of food, maple sugar candy, and beads. The story reminded Wendy of Itchy Boy. Here he is, begging for a treat. For Wendy Girl and Itchy Boy, the best days of summer ended at the powwow. Wendy ate popcorn and blueberry snow cones and listened to the singers and watched the dancers. Itchy Boy and the other dogs roamed around the grounds. Look, there they are, they're having a festival, and they're camping out. When a powwow is very good, and people are happy to be together singing and dancing, it sometimes lasts until late in the night. Fortunately, all children and dogs love to fall asleep under the northern lights while listening to the steady heartbeat of the drum. There's the northern lights. One night, Wendy had a weird and wonderful dream about a very special powwow. Wendy dreamed about the elders who taught her to offer tobacco to express gratitude and to dance for those unable to dance. She dreamed about the veterans in the grand entry bearing flags and wounds from wars. Oh, there they are. Oh, they're not people anymore. They're dogs. She dreamed about the drum group visiting from out west. She dreamed about the traditional dancers dancing their style. She dreamed about the grass dancers treading the northern earth. See how all their outfits are a little bit different? She dreamed about the jingle dress dancers stepping softly on the ground. Can you see the bells on their dresses? She dreamed about the fancy dancers twirling their bodies with color. She dreamed about the tiny tots learning to move in tempo. She even dreamed about the powwow stand selling Indian fast food. Custer's last pop stand, I bet he's selling popcorn. Some blueberry snow cones, popped maize, fry bread. I'm getting hungry with all the food. Bow wow, bow wow. Itchy boys bark and the powwow announcer's voice stirred Wendy awake. Last dance tonight, folks. Everyone come out into the arena. Here she is stretching. Oh, look at all the dancers. Everybody's gathered around. That night, Wendy Girl understood the powwow is always in motion. Part old, part new. Glittering and plain, but still wonderful. Almost like a dream. The end. Now, let's sing one more song. Let's sing a dancing song. So everybody stand up. We're gonna sing the dinosaur song, so get ready to march. We are the dinosaurs marching, marching. We are the dinosaurs. What do you think of that? We are the dinosaurs marching, marching. We are the dinosaurs. We make the earth flat. We make the earth flat. We stop and eat our food when we're in the mood. We stop and eat our food from the ground. We stop and eat our food when we're in the mood. We stop and eat our food and then we march around. We are the dinosaurs marching, marching. We are the dinosaurs. What do you think of that? We are the dinosaurs marching, marching. We are the dinosaurs. We make the earth flat. We make the earth flat. We stop and take our rest over in our nest. We stop and take our rest at the end of the day. We stop and take our rest over in our nest. We stop and take our rest and then you'll hear us say that we are the dinosaurs marching, marching. We are the dinosaurs. What do you think of that? We are the dinosaurs marching, marching. We are the dinosaurs. We make the earth flat. We make the earth flat. And then we roar. 'Cause we are the dinosaurs. Good job, good job. I'm so glad everybody could join us today. Don't forget you can watch this video and our other story times on Facebook or YouTube any time of day. And like I said, go ahead, if you are watching this with friends and family, go ahead and comment and let us know how many people are watching with you. We are so glad that you could join us today and we hope to see you next time. But for now, goodbye, friends. Goodbye, friends. Goodbye, friends. It's time to say goodbye. Goodbye, my friends. See you next time.